Alright, hey, what's going on, guys? Riding with Job here for another video. Today we're going to do video 2, rolling forward. So I went over the parts and pieces of the bike. Today we're just going to be rolling forward on the bike. So you notice, compared to the last video, my seat is all the way down. This is pretty much so that when I sit on the bike, both of my feet can actually touch the ground. Having your seat all the way down is not the best thing, but when you're learning to ride, you want to feel confident and you want to be able to touch the ground. So you want the seat to be pretty low. Before getting on the bike, you want to put the bike in first gear. So if you have a traditional handlebar set, pretty much you'll click here and here to 1, but for me, I have to do it differently. When you're shifting gears, you're supposed to actually be riding the bike, but if you shift the gears, you put it in first, and then you pick up your bike and you spin the pedals, it will go into first gear, as long as your gears are working properly. All right, so now let's sit on the bike. Both feet are touching the ground. Both of my feet aren't, even though I have it at the lowest setting. But so my left foot is touching the ground, my right foot is actually on the curb. So if you have like a curb, kind of like how this runs all the way down to practice on, then that's also going to help you as well. And right now I'm actually on a slight downhill. Let me make sure my camera's still on. Yep. I'm actually on a slight downhill, so this will actually help. So pretty much you want to kind of like paddle a bit and kind of like get a feel for the bike. So I'm an experienced rider, so this is pretty easy for me. You don't want to pedal. You don't want to use the pedals at all. You just want to paddle a bit. So it's kind of like you're walking with the bike under you. All right. And now this is where the downhill comes into play. A slight downhill will allow you to paddle a bit, and then you can take your feet off the ground. So here we go. Paddle and feet are off the ground. I don't suggest you turn the handlebars too much, but I'm looking down just for demonstration purposes. And also you want to keep your hands, so if you have a traditional handlebar set, you want to keep your hands right here where the brakes would be. All right, so right here. My brakes are all the way up here. So if I'm rolling a bit and I feel like I'm going too fast, I could just pull on the brakes, not too hard, and come to a stop. At this point, you're not going fast enough to the point where you will actually flip over the handlebars and hurt yourself. But you still use the brakes with care. So here I'm kind of rolling and I feel like I'm going too fast. If I were you, I would just use the right brakes, the rear brakes. All right? Remember, right brakes, rear brakes, RR. Okay? So you just want to do that for a bit, and then eventually you'll get your balance, and then you could put maybe 1 foot on the pedal. You want to put 1 foot on the pedal. So I'm going to put my left foot on the pedal and keep my right foot on this curb. By putting this left foot on the pedal, I'm going to get a little more confident, a little more comfortable with my foot actually not touching the ground and the bike still rolling. So I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but my left foot is on my pedal. My right foot is still on the ground. And so here we go again. So let's start rolling. I'm just using my right foot to move. Take your right foot off the ground here and there for like a second or two. And there you go. So now you're rolling. Now don't be afraid to pick up a little speed. If you're picking up a decent amount of speed, you actually will feel a bit more stable. When you're riding very, very slow and you're trying to pedal, it's not really going to work, especially for a new rider. That takes some skill to ride really slow and pedal and still maintain your balance. So eventually you'll feel a little confident enough where you could go ahead and put both feet on the pedals. And remember, you're still in first gear. Do not switch gears. And there you go. So now you're riding your bike. Now, if you notice my hands are moving back and forth a bit, that's fine. You can move your hands back and your arms back and forth a bit. I'm going to turn around. Don't turn around yet, especially if you're not comfortable. But now maybe you want to go the other way. Maybe you want to use your left foot on the curb. You kind of go like that, same kind of deal. Left foot on the curb, you're kind of rolling, then you pick your foot up. And again, don't try cornering yet. Just still keep the bike straight by a curb. And if you're still not comfortable with putting your feet on the pedals yet, that's fine. Just keep both feet on the ground, or one foot on the ground and another foot on the curb, and that will help you out as well. So now you kind of know how to roll, you kind of know how to pedal. Just keep practicing this, and you'll get used to it. That was another video there, just learning how to roll forward. If you find this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button. If this has helped you, or you feel it's not helping you, go ahead, leave a comment. And if you like these videos, go ahead and subscribe.